Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Wakfu Season 3 Episode 5. Yeah, last week I wasn't able to publish a video of Wakfu. Actually, I just published my Nichijou videos last week. I couldn't post the Camelot video because Bichut was a bitch in that moment. And the rest I couldn't because I was away from my house, so I was away from the archive, so I couldn't publish them. At least not in Bichut. It's a pain in the ass sometimes, Bichut. But anyway, it's better than the copyright strike after copyright strike that I received from YouTube. Anyway, that's why I was away from my house. I was doing some other stuff that really stopped me from publishing videos. And yes, why I did not mention this in my other videos, in my previous videos, because those were already recorded. I record this much later. So yeah, that is why I was able to tell you that yes, actually I can upload the videos. And sorry for not informing you guys. I was away. I genuinely couldn't let you know beforehand. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully this week's schedule is going to be fine. It's going to be a lot better than last week's schedule. So far, so good. But of course, we never know. Anyway, yeah, going back to the episodes. Last week again we have that almost kiss. Why I'm emphasizing this so much? Because come on, that was so close. So we were like, jeez. From that kiss, from my OTP. So yes, as I said before, I'm a shipper at heart. Yes, I ship this too. So yeah, the show is teasing me with that. So it's just like gently the last fruit of a tree saying, "Oh, do you want this?" Yeah, it's like that. Anyway, but that is not the only thing that happens. Of course, it's the most important one because yeah, I mentioned it first, but not the only thing. We actually met the fierce next god of the world of Wakfu. Again, a very different type of battle, more psychological, like speaking a child for a child, or let's say I'm speaking at your same level. In this case, they want Eleli to accept her role as the goddess of the oh god, I forgot, the Yob goddess. Yeah, she must accept the role, but she must accept her willingly. So that is the problem. And yeah, I love this strategy from Ororopo, I think it is, that he's putting another child to speak with her. So it's in the same level. You are not having a guy who's looking above her and saying, "Oh yeah, you must join us because of this, of that." No, it is completely different, and I love that approach. A very psychological approach, and in my opinion, a side of an intelligent villain. A very dangerous villain that we're having here. So yeah, the last week episode, well, the previous episode was fascinating in that regard of the subtle information that it gave you while not being in your face, or at least that's how I interpret everything that I see. Because yeah, Wakfu is that type of show that lets you interpret a lot of things. Perhaps you're right, perhaps you're wrong. Anyway, yes, I'm starting to rambling way too much in this episode, so yeah, let's just cut the presentation and watch the episode, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 5th episode of Wakfu of the 3rd season. And boy, what a fascinating fight we have in here. Man, that was spectacular. That fight had a lot of stuff that I enjoy in a fight, in a battle. It has several elements that I really genuinely enjoy way too much. I was just so happy to see something as spectacular as this one. It was genuinely fascinating. But of course, let's go in order. We start the episode with a flash forward. Yes, we're seeing that now Pompon is kind of weakened by the previous fight that we haven't seen. But he's still kind of taking it again. I said, "Oh yes, let's go, let's do this. It doesn't matter." Of course, we have a little bit of a comedic banter here. That yeah, the comparison of the swords. I was thinking, is this a euphemism? And then boom, yes, this is a euphemism. Yeah, it was pretty obvious in the episode. And again, I don't know if this was something that a kid will notice, but at least I noticed. But of course, I am pretty old, so yeah, it will be hard for me not to notice. Anyway, yeah, we start this fight, but of course the episode say, "Oh no, this is just a teaser for the future," and then we return to the beginning of the fight. Well, when they arrive to this floor, and they said it is the Yob floor, the Yob God floor. I genuinely had no idea who the guy was supposed to substitute, because yes, all of these are supposed to be the substitution of gods and goddesses. So yeah, the Yob, when said the Yob God, okay, perhaps they want to, I don't know, test Eleli against a former, well, not a former god, a possible god or something like that. So yeah, perhaps it's going to be the deal. But I wasn't sure. I honestly never thought about it. I never thought, okay, but what is going on? If they have all the former gods, what is going to happen with the Yob god? I genuinely never thought about it until this episode. And of course, it is pretty normal that just, okay, the skeleton. Again, I thought he was designed for only this one. I never did a connection to anybody. I said, oh, generic villain that looks cool. And that is what I thought. Because yeah, I honestly, I believe that the first one are kind of the least important ones in the tropes that we see on TV. That yes, the first one are obviously the weaker, or at least the least important, and the last ones are just the strongest and the most important of them all. It's kind of a cliche for the television. And I have my mind set in the Saint Seiya comparison. That yes, this is Saint Seiya, it feels so Saint Seiya that yes, I said, okay, they are going to follow the formula. That yes, just like in the 12 Houses of the Zodiac, in the Saint Seiya series, we had the first one kind of the weak ones, or the ones who let them pass. The only exception to this rule is of course Geminis, because yeah, we have areas that it's just the one who is going to repair the armors. We have Taurus, who is really just going to well, let them pass if they pass a test or something like that. So yeah, Seiya was the first one to cut the horn and all that. So he wasn't the bad guy, or he wasn't this imposing fight. Then we have Gemini, who is of course, we know it was the most powerful golden knight. And then we have the rest, of course. The level of importance and the level of difficulty was increasing. The only one who I find kind of lackluster is Pisces, which is really not very important, at least to me. Anyway, so I had that type of mentality in this case. Boy, I was wrong. When they announced, oh yes, this is Goltar, so casually, with what? Okay, hold on a minute. Is this is Goltar? Why is he like that? How is this happening? I have a million questions. Running through my head when they say, oh, this is Goltar. Again, the way it was said, very casual, very nonchalant. Oh yeah, it was incredible. And of course, the reasoning behind the desert. I was going to say desert. The desert that. We saw in the first season when he kind of, when Pompon kind of went and walked away after destroying the bow of Evangeline, was a city. And who destroyed the city? But this guy. I think it's Dark Blood. I think it's the alter ego. The name of the alter ego. But of course, Goltar still feels guilty for that, because this is a curse for him. Yes, he is the son of a god. He was for a while the new Yob god, but still he has the curse that he went completely crazy in a certain point. I don't know why. I don't know what is the real explanation behind that. And of course, he destroy an entire city, and of course they don't soften the implication there. They just not say, oh, we destroy the city and you get the information in a very subtle way that yes, wink wink, this implies that we kill people in the city, but we are not going to tell you this. This is again a cliche in several kids shows that yes, we destroy the city, but we're never going to tell you, and that implies that it killed several people. It's never said. Never. And this show said, yes, I destroy the city. Well, they said the monster destroyed the city and murdered people. And when he finished murdering everybody in the city and destroying every single building in the city, that's when my thirst for blood was satisfied. That is something I love. Yes, it's such a small detail that sounds irrelevant even. But going in a context that every single kid's show is saying, oh yes, we destroy, we don't kill, we destroy. Of course, the implications are there, but it's never said out loud. Yeah, okay, going back to the episode after this little rant that I have. The plan here is that Pompon is going to face Dark Blood. I want to say Goltar, but I'm not entirely sure if it's completely in control of his body or it's just his primal instincts. Anyway, yeah, he's going to face this guy alone. Of course, nobody is happy. Hugo doesn't want to leave Pompon alone because, yeah, we know Pompon. He tends to overdo stuff, so he doesn't worry about himself or his own health or his own life. We have seen that. I have shared a funny image in Twitter. I think I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put the link in the description so you can check the author, the drawer. But yeah, that is basically this image. Basically summarizes what Pompon is. It's kind of a meme of Pompon. But anyway, yeah. So everybody is worried because he's going to throw his life away again. Even Ellie said, "Oh yes, you're the boss. We're going." She believed that both of them are going to fight this enemy, but of course, once she figured out that no, I am going to fight it alone. Pompon said, "Oh no, you cannot fight it alone." But yeah, this is a very Job mentality. This is a very Pompon mentality because he said, "Yes, I want to fight him because I need to fight him alone. This is my fight. Please trust in me that I will survive and I will." I will be on top of this battle. And of course they went away. It wasn't as easy as I make it sound, because yes, they need to kind of cheat a little bit and say, yeah, we're going to do this. I'm going to create a portal, all the things that they need to be done. And yes, when the fight starts, because yes, the guy really loves fighting as a job, obviously. He forget about the rest of the guys. He just let them go because yeah, the important part is the fight against Pompon. And man, what a fight! It was spectacular. It was genuinely spectacular. Oh, sorry about that. It has several elements that, as I said before, I enjoy in a battle. I genuinely enjoy in a battle. It has speed. It has strength. It has good choreography. It's not as... When I mean with good choreography is it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel that, yes, this is rehearsed. They are ready for every single punch. Yeah, they throw a punch, but the other guy knew that they are going to receive it, so he blocked it. And yeah, it looks spectacular, but it looks fake to me, and that takes away my enjoyment of a fight. If it looks visceral, if it looks real, that yes, oh my god, this guy could really get hurt, then that is exciting. Even though I know in the back of my mind that everything is rehearsed in a movie, and even in this cartoon, obviously they are not going to damage each other, but they need to plan the fight for it to look good in the screen. But everything is rehearsed. But if they make you feel that is not the case, that yes, these characters could really get hurt, then that is an exciting fight for me. And this is what it looks. Yes, it has good choreography, but it doesn't look fake. And the speed, obviously we are not going to be able to see the speed. It's like a Dragon Ball fight in a certain moment. That we just saw the aftermath of the punches and the kicks. We just saw this sound, we just hear the sound and saw kind of the air being pushed away from the strength and the amazingness of the punches. That it looks spectacular, and it's so fast that you cannot follow every single punch because your human eyes cannot contain such awesomeness and so much power and so much speed. And that is something I genuinely enjoy in a fight. It is amazingly well done. It's a great fight. And not only that, the beginning of the fight is a brawl. It's just fist against fist. It is, yes, trying to kick each other, trying to punch each other, and everybody holding back the punches and everybody receiving the punches because, yes, this is a spectacular, and yes, I can take it. Yes, this is exciting, and yes, I love this fight. That's how it feels, the first part of the fight. Then, of course, we have the second part, in which, of course, we saw how Pompon was kind of being beaten. Because this guy is really, genuinely strong. He just grabbed a gigantic column and hit Pompon with said column. Man, that is a strength. It is a spectacular. And this is when we got our pause. Kind of for us to breathe, and for the audience to breathe, and of course it's an excuse for Pompon to breathe. And yeah, I love this little moment of calm before the storm, because yes, again, Pompon released. Now we're going back from the beginning of the episode, the first scene that we saw in the episode. We're now catching on to that scene. Yes, we saw the swords, both swords. Again, the euphemism here is not mentioned. It's just you remember kind of the euphemism said in the beginning. And we have a sword fight, another favorite of mine. When I saw sword fights that are really spectacular, I enjoy to see the consequences. I genuinely enjoy to see the consequence, not just the fight. The fight is spectacular, but again, it's hard for you to take it seriously when you know that they cannot hurt each other, because obviously they are actors and everything is CG. This feels amazing. This fight is genuinely amazing. Both very skillful swordsmen, very powerful. And again, we're seeing the aftermath of the punches and the collisions between the swords. Yeah, it's genuinely spectacular. The sheer speed that we are seeing here, that we are witnessing here. And of course, the one that is really looking as the winner is, of course, the dark blood. Even Rubilax has to protect Pompon of the fall, and of course taking the form of a cocoon and a sword and a shield. So yeah, this is a very spectacular fight, destroying everything. And that is another thing I really enjoy, the destruction of the environment around. Yes, obviously when you see a fight between men, between let's say wrestlers, or between kickboxer and all of that, you're seeing a very amazing fight. They are damaging each other, but only them. That is obviously within our limits of our reality. That we are never going to see this amazing destruction of the environment by a fight. This is why I enjoy when you see two overpowered characters or two very powerful characters fight each other, and that they have consequences in the environment. Again, obviously depending on the context of the anime or the cartoon or the series. If it's a series about two boxers, you can make it very aggressive, you can make it very spectacular without the destruction of the environment, because obviously when you take the boxers, you can push the reality a little bit. You can say, okay, this is not physically possible for our human bodies, but it's not so exaggerated to say, okay, this is not real, this is way too much. You can do that when there's boxers. You can push your reality a little bit. But when you have a world in which the magic exists, in which gods exist, in which you have powers that can destroy mountains, that can destroy rocks, that can destroy this one, and you put two amazingly powerful beings against each other, and you don't show me a destruction of the environment around them, I will be disappointed. Because yes, when you take this enormous power, it's obviously that the environment is going to suffer, because they don't care, they want to kill each other, they want to punch each other, and of course they are not going to be protecting everything. It is not possible for them, because they have too much power for it to be controlled, and if they control it, they are going to lose. That is what I want to see, and this is why I love this fight, because we saw the destruction of the environment. It's being destroyed because, for obvious reasons, these guys are way too powerful, both of them. But of course we reach the end of the fight, in which Pompon ditches the sword, grabs the head, and just throws it again another column, the last standing column, and destroy this guy, just annihilates this guy. Probably he killed him. He killed Master Goltar. But it's a very emotional moment in the end that yes, Goltar returned to his original self. And he's kind of happy to see Pompon again, with his own eyes, not the eyes of this demon, of this alter ego that he has. But of course, the destruction of the last column is, of course, brings down the tower. It's not going to fall down thanks to the will of Roropo, because he said himself that yes, the tower cannot be destroyed until he is destroyed. So yeah, he is not worried for the environment. But this has several implications. And that is basically the end of the episode. We saw one last time the main villains. We saw kind of a goodbye between Goltar and Pompon. And that's it. That is the episode. There are things I really need to say right now. Several things, of course, you hear me gush out about the fight, because yes, it was so much fun to watch. I watched only the fight several times, honestly, not just two. Not just the one you saw in my reaction and the one I always do when I turn off the camera. No, I watched it another time because it was really genuinely spectacular. But I want to say some stuff about this fight. For it to be a good fight, it needs, as I said before, good choreography that is believable, that is spectacular, and you need to kind of see the level of the people that are involved in the fight. But another stuff that I did not mention is the pauses. Yes, I mentioned the pauses, but I did not mention how important these are for a fight. I don't know if you remember the movie The Matrix Reloaded, the second one. The fight between Agent Smith and his clones against Neo, it starts so amazing because you can see all of that, all the fight. It starts really amazing. The problem with that fight is that it drags way too much, and your eyes get used to the visual effects, and you start to see, okay, this doesn't look that real. Okay, I'm starting to see the CGI. Your eyes get used to that, and you start to see the mistakes in there. If you take that fight and shorten it, it's going to be very, very good. Or if you take that fight, put a moment in between the fight, and then return to said fight, I think it could work. It's hard to know or to guess what should you put between that fight, but it's possible. And this is what they did in this episode. Yes, they give you the spectacular fight, they pause for a moment, they give you kind of a comedic antics in there, return to the fight, they pause it, and then return to the last moments, the dramatic moments now. That is how you pace a fight. Because if you put all the scenes together, it's going to be way too long, and it will become boring in the end. That's why this is a very genuinely good fight. Very spectacular, and I love it for that, because they know what they are doing. This is something I wanted to say, that yes, whoever plans the fights, whoever it is, man, they know what they are doing. Because they know how to pace the fight, they know how to choreograph the fight. Because again, as I said before, yes, this is not rehearsed. Not in the sense that a person can rehearse a fight or can rehearse a line. No. This is rehearsed because we have to plan this. Okay, this is what is going to be animated. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And then we're going to add a pause, and then we're going to do this. This is how you do it. You planned a fight. You cannot just go there and fight and punch each other. No, it needs to be planned for it to feel real. For it to be not only real, but spectacular. Because yes, you can see a real fight and it's not that exciting, let's say. It is brutal, it is disturbing at a certain point, and I mean a real street fight, not just something that you like I said, in a tournament or something like that, like a kickboxing tournament or something. No, a real fight, a real street fight that really has consequences, without getting millions. It's not as spectacular. It's very creepy, even if you have witnessed something like that. But this is why this works. The planning and the script and everything. And yes, the emotional attachment that we have with this character. That's why this fight worked so well. So amazingly well done. Anyway, yeah, enough of me gushing about the fight. There are another thing I want to say. I don't know if Pon Pon died here. And you can hear that I don't feel that distress. Why I say this? I don't think Pon Pon died here. Because of the way of the shots. It doesn't feel like a death of a main character. It feels more like the death of Goltar in this case. That's what I feel. It doesn't feel like the death of Pon Pon. Again, I don't know why, but I don't feel like Pon Pon is dead here. That's why I'm not so sad like in the end of the first season. Yeah, I don't think he died. I think Goltar died, but I think something is going to happen that will allow Pon Pon to leave. So hopefully I'm right. Hopefully I'm right, because I don't want to suffer another blow. Especially now that Pon Pon has a family. So yeah, hopefully this is not going to be the end of Pon Pon. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's it. That's everything I wanted to say about this episode. A very spectacular one. More spectacular than the last one. The last one was kind of humor driven. We saw the discussion between two kids, and yes, antics and ha 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 fun. Yeah, it's not that spectacular. This one, on the other hand, we have an amazing fight, which is something I'm thankful. But anyway, I really think I exhausted the topic of this episode. I hope you enjoyed, guys, and the only thing I have to say is, well, thank you for your attention, and well, see you on the next one. Bye. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video, and yes, thank you so much for your attention, guys. And as always, if you want to leave a comment, that will help me a lot more. If you want to give me a like, that will help me even more to get on the top of the recommendation for YouTube.
and if you want to share this video, that will help me even more. So yeah, thank you so much guys, thank you so much guys for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.